this regular meeting for the month of September of the Chippewa County Board of Commissioners. As always, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Egan, would you care to start us off, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And will the clerk please take roll call vote, or attendance rather?
Commissioner Egan.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Martin.
Here.
Commissioner McLean.
Here.
And Chairman Shackleton.
Also here, so everybody is here today. Item 4 is additions, deletions to the agenda and approval of the agenda.
We need a motion to approve it and then make the additions, or do the additions?
Why don't you move to make the additions and then we'll approve it with those additions made.
Okay, I'd move to add a resolution 1523 on community corrections, and then also as another item, a discussion of the EDC Brownfield Committee situation.
Support. Okay, the motion to add those two items are made and supported. Is there discussion? All in favor, vote aye.
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 Vote if you vote no if you'd care to. The motion passes. So let's, just to make sure we got all our T's crossed and our I's dotted, then let's move the agenda as amended.
I'll move the agenda as amended.
Support.
Motion made and supported to approve the amended agenda for tonight's meeting. Any discussion on that? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. Approval of the county board minutes. We have minutes from the regular board meeting of August 10th, 2015. Anybody care to make either changes or a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion. I'll support.
Motion made and supported to approve the minutes of our regular board meeting. Is there any discussion? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. Correspondence received in the clerk's office is on page 25 of the packet. As usual, we have a variety of correspondence.
I'd move we accept the correspondence, or acknowledge the correspondence received in the clerk's office and forward them to various committees as appropriate.
Support.
Motion made and supported to acknowledge the correspondence and forward as appropriate. Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. We move then to public comments. Does anybody in the public wish to address the county commission at this time? Second chance to speak under public comments.
I have a little something I want to mention.
Go ahead.
We've got a family out in Strong, it's a Kibbleman family. The husband went down with cancer. They give him 7 or 8 months to live, 7 or 8 months ago. And they're putting up another house, selling one house to the kids. And Mike Wallace was the contractor that did the cement. He come out, and this is just how good people are in the UP and around our neighborhood here. He come out and he knocked $1,000 off the bill. And when he ordered the cement from Northern Sand and Gravel, Northern Sand and Gravel donated $3,000, the total cost. And I just wanted to mention it. It's quite a deal for them two people to do that for this family.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks for bringing it up. You know, and you see instances like that all the time. People putting on burger bashes and spaghetti dinners to help people, and you're right. We have a very caring community.
Yeah, they don't even know, Northern Sand and Gravel would have no idea who Pete and Cheryl are, but just Mike explained to him what he was doing, and that's quite a donation.
Any other comments under public comment? And I'll declare a public comment period to be closed, and we'll move to the administrator's report. Administrator German.
You'll see the Veterans Affairs report, Animal Control, Public Defender, Sheriff's Department, Warren Mile Hospital, and the Chippewa Construction Appeals Board report.
Okay.
That's not a formal report for the commission to be read, but we wanted to include it in that request by that group was not Construction Board of Appeals, and therefore, it goes back to the prosecutor's office and the judiciary, and we really are not involved with it at this time anymore. The other thing I'd like to mention is that there's been a number of projects that we've been working on, some within my authority to approve, and some the commission has said, go out and do this. But the cost of the projects that are sitting on the table right now is well over $100,000, including new roofing, including an AS400 server, including a whole bunch of little items. And before I move ahead any farther, I will feel more comfortable in bringing it back to the building and grounds. And that's where I'm gonna stay at that one.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. We move to old business, and our item under old business is the county canvassers. And I wanna make sure I have this, understand this right, and the clerk can help me. I know we need to appoint one from the Republican list and one from the Democratic list, is that correct?
That is correct.
And then you're also asking that Miss Allison Youngs be appointed as permanent replacement for the remainder of her mother's term.
Correct.
And her mother is
Mary Youngs.
Mary Youngs, okay. And Mary Youngs is not able to serve at this time?
She has died.
Yeah, so there you go. So that would take care of that, and then also that the other two under the Republicans and both the Democrats be appointed as alternates. In case you have trouble getting a quorum together, you've got alternates that you can call.
Correct.
Okay, so we need to pick one from the Republican Party and one from the Democratic Party. So, do we usually just do this by, yeah, do they, just do a roll call vote and say who votes for whom? Okay, so we're gonna start with the Republican Party. We have three candidates, Judy Smith, Ben Duff, and Tim Ellis. So the clerk will take a roll call vote, and you can vote for one of those three.
Commissioner Egan.
Tim Ellis.
Judy Smith.
Commissioner Johnson.
Tim Ellis.
Commissioner Martin.
Tim Ellis.
Commissioner McLean.
Tim Ellis.
And Chairman Shackleton.
I'll vote for Judy Smith. But Tim Ellis prevails with 3 votes, and Judy Smith with 2 votes. And then we move to the Democratic Party, and we're gonna go through the same exercise here. We have Gary Galloway, Richard Jacobson, and Phil Belfie, pardon me, as the candidates there.
Commissioner Egan.
Dr. Belfie.
Commissioner Johnson.
Richard Jacobson.
Commissioner Martin.
Richard Jacobson.
Commissioner McLean.
Richard Jacobson.
And Chairman Shackleton.
I'll also vote for Richard Jacobson. So that puts Richard Jacobson as the permanent member. Now that takes care of that. We did vote there to put permanent members on. We still have 2 items that the clerk would like. Number 1 is to appoint Miss Allison Youngs to fill her mother's term, and we would need a motion to do that.
I would so move.
We got a motion.
We have a motion made
Support.
and supported. Is there any discussion on that? Do you need a roll call vote on that, or a voice vote?
Just a voice vote on that.
All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. Finally, again, the clerk's requested that the remaining nominees for the canvasser board be appointed as permanent alternates. And we would need a motion to do that.
So move. I'll support.
Motion made and supported. Is there discussion?
Just wanna mention that I don't know the people in the Republican Party, but I do know all the candidates for the Democratic Party, and they're all really good people. And I would assume that the same is with the Republicans.
Okay. Go ahead. Is there, oh, I'm sorry. I thought somebody wanted to speak. We good? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. Okay, is that, Phil, what you need
Yes,
done
thank you
there?
very much.
Okay. We move to new business. The first item under new business is Superior District Library Board resignation and replacement through the end of the term of 12/31/2015. Clayton Huffnagel has resigned, and the Superior District is communicating to us that they have a replacement in mind they would like for us to approve, and that is Ms. Lorna Hosworth. This term is due up at the end of December, and at that time we would have opportunity to advertise for it and fill it either with her or somebody else. And what is your pleasure?
I'll move we concur with the recommendation of the Superior District Library Board.
Support?
Okay, so the motion is made and supported that we vote to fill that position with Lorna Hosworth to carry out that term through the end of it, which is December 31st of this year. Is any discussion on that motion? Do we need a roll call vote on that one? Probably not. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. We move to the resolution 1522, opting out of PA 152 requirements for healthcare. This is an annual exercise that we do. It is a requirement. This is the 80/20, is it not? This is a requirement from the state of Michigan that if you are not going to require your employees to pay 20% of their health care, then you have to opt out on an annual basis. So we've been doing that, and I would like to add that one of the reasons we're doing that was we worked with our employees and we increased their deductibles and co-pays rather than go 80/20. So employees are paying more of the share of healthcare. And I think we found a solution that worked for us, and we would prefer to do that than what the state is trying to mandate. That's my take on it.
As well as all new employees are getting 80/20.
I'm sorry?
As well as all new employees are.
Oh, yes, and new employees, well, new employees do pay 80/20.
Right.
Yeah, new employees do pay 80/20. But we felt our current employees had been asked to pay quite a bit more through higher deductibles and co-pays. So anyway, we do need a motion on this resolution.
So moved.
Support.
Motion made and supported to approve resolution 1522 to opt out of PA 152. Is there any further discussion on this motion?
Yeah, just a quick question. Do we foresee a date when we don't have to opt out anymore? Is there a date on the horizon?
I don't think so, so long as, well, let me put it like this. If it's the will of a future commission to say, you're gonna have to start paying 80/20, paying 20%, well, then we wouldn't opt out. If the state changes the requirement that we don't have to do it on an annual basis, then we won't opt out. Or everyone who's in the current system retires and everybody's under 80/20. I mean, those are the only scenarios I can imagine, that we don't have to do this every year.
So do we know how many employees we still have under the 80/20 and
Most of them,
Most of them?
yeah.
so at some point is this maybe an area that we can re-examine?
Oh, we can re-examine it annually. Yeah.
I'd like to know a little bit more
Mhm.
about it, that's all.
Sure. Yeah, I think the thing that, just keep in mind, at least in the recent past, as I said, we did ask employees to pay a lot more towards deductibles and co-pays. So we opted to not go with 80/20, but do that instead. But it's healthcare. I mean, you have to look at it on a regular basis.
And I understand and agree with that. I'm just saying that I think as a new commissioner, I would like to understand this a little bit deeper
Sure.
than just.
Absolutely. No problem. We do have a motion before us.
Just, that, when you look at healthcare, you can't take it just as a single issue. It's part of a benefit package.
Right.
And that's what we look at each time is, there's only so much money, and then how do you wanna parcel it out? And, it's the, groups, our employees employees have been real good at working with us on that thus far.
And
Go ahead.
when you have employees who have a higher deductible and higher copay, they're less likely to use, the research is pretty bulletproof on that. And you gotta think about it when you're pulling a $100 bill out of your pocket, if you're going to the hospital, to the doctor, you're gonna think about it if you have to, where when you've got those low limits, man, they're just gonna go and say, hey, I'm getting my 20% worth.
Well, and it bears noting that much of this is collectively bargained as well.
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion before us. This would be a roll call vote because it is a resolution. So will the clerk please take a roll call vote?
Commissioner Egan.
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Martin.
Aye.
Commissioner McLean.
Yes,
And Chairman Shackleton.
Yes. So that resolution passes. Thank you. We have two items that we added that would be appropriate to deal with them here under new business. The first one would be community corrections. Did you want to speak on that?
yes, and I would start by moving resolution 1523 for community corrections, and I can give an explanation when we
Okay,
discuss.
let's get a
I'll
support for it first. Motion made and supported for the resolution. Is there discussion?
Okay, this, when you read the sheriff's letter that he was included in our packet, I believe, relative to handling, community service, you see, just how much the, community correction budget was cut from $100 and some thousand down to, I believe, 25,000 or 31,000, something like that. And, we put together a program that, I'm chairman of community corrections, by the way. Okay, so we put together a program at our committee, that will get us started in the right direction. It really curtails the amount of, efforts we can make in community corrections. We're going to more evidence-based, approach, and the sheriff is, moving in the direction of asking various groups that use the community service end of it, to see if they're still interested and if they would be willing to pay so much for the deputy who runs that and transportation. The whole issue of how this has been slashed by Lansing has been a real problem in all areas of the eastern UP. And if we can get this going with the sheriff's effort to put the community service end of it together, there's an idea that we could get Lake State to do a study of that and prove that it does have some benefits. And I know Mackinac County is trying the same thing, and the Community Corrections Board is looking at doing something with the that as far as a study to get some research done, and we could prove it. And my phone is ringing.
Oh, is that what that is? It's a very pleasant tone. Whatever it is.
I've been trying to get rid of it for, okay.
Okay, so we do have the resolution before us. Is there any further discussion? This is resolution 1523. Would the clerk please take a roll call vote?
Commissioner Egan.
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Martin.
Aye. Commissioner McLean.
Yes,
Chairman Shackleton.
Yes. So that resolution is approved. The next item under new business was some brownfield issue that you wanted to discuss?
yeah. One of the other hats I wear is I'm chairman of the EDC. And one of the committees that has been part of the EDC organization for years is called the Brownfield Committee. It has fallen into disuse and hasn't operated in years. Some of the effort that we're trying to do with the EDC is we want that to be rejuvenated. We want it, the reason for that is that if a business comes in and they want to locate here, we want to be able to do everything we can and have a committee up and running that would handle brownfield issues. There are a number of sites. Brownfield, if you're not familiar with it, it's a program that offers funding through the federal government, the state government, to clean up sites that have been polluted and to put them back in use as industrial sites or commercial sites. And so in order to rejuvenate that committee, one of the biggest resources is MAC, Michigan Association of Counties. in order to get MAC to help, the request has to go through a county commissioner. Well, since I wear two hats, I wanted to make the commission aware that, I guess, get your approval or at least consensus that it is a good idea and we could proceed, so that's the explanation.
I understand.
And it doesn't require a motion, just for your information. If there's an objection, then I would expect you to
Okay,
voice
well,
it
we
at
can,
this point.
we can go that way too. Does anyone have any concern or, that you'd like to raise regarding the issue, or should we just have a general consensus understanding that it's okay to proceed?
Thank you.
Thank you, and again, since I can understand, the issue, you're kind of representing the county and your capacity as a county commissioner, and, wanna make sure everybody's okay with that. We move to standing committee reports. Finance, claims, and accounts, Commissioner Martin, meeting of September 10th.
Meeting on September 10th, the Chippewa County Board of Commissioners Finance Claims and Account Committee was held on Thursday, September 10th at Chippewa County Buildings, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Chairman Shackleman called the meeting order at 5:30 with quorum present. Those present were Commissioner Shackleman, Commissioner McLean, Commissioner Egan, and Commissioner Johnson. I was absent. Others present, Jim German and Marty Hand. It was moved by Commissioner McLean, supported by Commissioner Egan to approve the agenda as amended, ending the administrator's contract. And on a voice vote, the motion carries. There was no public comment offered. The committee did receive the treasurer's investment reports, monthly travel report, and the July recent billing statement. The committee then reviewed the 2016 Community Corrections Grant. Cuts in the program from the state were discussed. It was then moved by Commissioner McLean, supported by Commissioner Johnson, to approve the Community Correction Grant from 10/1/15 to 9/30/16 in the amount of $31,558. On a voice vote, the motion carried. And I would so move.
Support.
Motion made and supported to, we still need to do this.
Do we need to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we still gotta approve the grant.
Oh, okay, yes.
So, motion made and supported to approve the grant. Is there any further discussion on it? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries.
Next, the committee reviewed the amendment from Spectrum Hospital for the medical examiner facility use agreement. It was then moved by Commissioner McLean, supported by Commissioner Johnson, to approve the amendment from the Spectrum Health Hospital
We missed
facility for
Where?
use by the medical examiner, and the voice vote, motion carried. I would so move.
Oh, okay.
Can we move up?
Go ahead and, let's go ahead and do this. Motion is made and supported to, approve the agreement with Spectrum Health Hospitals. Is there any discussion on that? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. So yeah, just jump up a paragraph there to, it was moved. Yeah, that's okay. I didn't catch that either. That was a second motion there under Community Corrections Grant.
Oh, you're right, they did. It was then moved by Commissioner McLean.
That's been done before.
Freudian slip, eh?
Yeah.
To empower the sheriff to move forward with a contract to continue the community service program through October 12, 2015. When a more detailed analysis could be given as to possible solutions to state funding cuts to the program. On a voice vote, that motion also carried, and I would so move.
Support. Go ahead.
Motion made and supported. Who'd you got for support on that?
Rudy.
Johnson. Okay, very good. Is there further discussion on that motion? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries.
Next item, sound system, obviously, sound is an issue, possible issue of mistrial in circuit courtroom. Committee reviewed a price for custom technology for a sound damping system. Those tests reportedly worked out well. Consequently, it's moved by Commissioner McLean, supported by Commissioner Egan, to approve the sound damping system for custom technology in the amount of $19,717. On a voice vote, that motion carried, and I would so move.
I'm sorry, what?
Mr. Chair, may I ask that your amendment, we did not make it a finance, could you also stick in there to waive the bidding policy?
And bidding policy,
Because that has to be anything over
Anything over
10?
10.
10.
waived because.
I think, well, Building and Grounds been involved with this too? Or just mostly administrative?
This was a commission decision to explore
Mhm.
how we could do the circuit courtroom, and we came up, Jim, with these, Commissioner, from a juror named Joe Jazz, who said he could fix it. We've been on a trial test with carpets and stuff hanging in there, and we've got nothing but very positive reports. It's the first time we've ever done that, and it's working very well, and we thought this was worth a shot.
Okay, so, but the reason to specifically waive the bidding policy, I think, is that he's already set up a test and I think it's still set up, isn't it? And it seems to be operating well. He's invested a lot of time and effort in it. Looking at the price seems like it's gonna be in line based on the extent of the work and materials he's gonna provide and the ability to get it done rather quickly, I think are those reasons why they feel it's appropriate to waive the bidding policy on this particular thing.
Fair enough.
Also, the only other person that we've ever had do something, aren't they based out of Kentucky or something like that?
Or,
We've had the Jabs
Marquette.
people try it, and we've had Range out of Marquette, but I actually think Kathy would be the best person to get her opinion on even the test. Kathy, are you finding improvement?
Yes, yes.
so if nothing else, this will get it done quickly.
Yeah.
And, and that's been a long-standing complaint.
I've got half a
You know,
dozen complaints.
I don't know if you know this,
just
I was,
getting-
my first job was news director for WSOO radio. And I remember sitting in there trying to take notes for county commission meetings, and you couldn't hear a darn thing then, you know? That was a couple years ago.
I think the other thing we should mention is that since I've been on the commission, we spent thousands of dollars trying various approaches to this. Different sound systems with microphones and
Speakers.
speakers and all this kind of stuff. Nothing worked. And so when you come across something that does work, latch onto it, take care of it.
Okay, so the motion was made, was it supported? I think I interrupted you before it was supported. I
I'll
probably should
support
have
it
waited
if it
for
hasn't
that to
been.
happen. Okay, motion is made and supported. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries.
The committee then reviewed the RFQs for snow plowing and snow removal for the 2015-16 winter. It was then moved by Commissioner McLean, supported by Commissioner Johnson, to approve the RFQs for snow plowing and removal, and I voice vote the motion carried, and I would so move.
Support?
Motion made and supported that the RFQs be sent out. Is there discussion? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries.
It was in new business, correct, or added, moved by Commissioner Johnson, or I'm sorry, the committee reviewed the administrator's contract as is expiring in the near future, moved by Commissioner Johnson, supported by Commissioner Egan, to approve the administrator's contract dated September 14th, 2015, on a voice vote, the motion carried. And I would so move.
Support.
Motion made and supported to approve the administrator's contract. Is there discussion?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm in a real bind here, because I'm 100% behind our administrator. He's doing a fine job. I'd give you a 5-year contract in a second. I just would. I have a problem with severance, because should 3 of my partners in crime here decide they wanna get rid of him, then the taxpayers are on the hook for another $50,000. And I don't think any of us, if we got booted from our job, are gonna get a golden parachute like that. On the upside, I see it as a reason to keep him, like it's gonna cost us 50 grand to get rid of him. So I see that kind of as a positive, because I wanna keep Administrator German. I think he's doing a fine job, and if you look at his contract, he's a bargain. He absolutely is. And I don't want you to think that my lack of support for this has anything to do with your job performance. I think it's excellent. You will have my support in the evaluation process. But I have a real issue with $50,000 if we decide to terminate his contract. Because if I'm reading that right, a full year severance is 71 and change, as opposed to, is it 3 months or 4 months right now?
Is there no?
It's 3 right now.
3.
So 71,000 versus 20,000 understand, you know, he's not taking the insurance, I mean, he's saving us money, 71,000, you look at comparable jobs, that's, you know, he's doing the job for a lot less. But I have real issue with the year-long sentence, real issues with that $50,000, that's more than most of our constituents make in a year. And that's their money, and that's my issue, and I wish I'd have been there to voice it. I wish we could do this in a closed meeting, because I don't wanna bash the man in public, because I totally support him. But Connor and I were talking about, do we really have to do this in public? And he said, yes, well, our administrators in the school, they go to closed session for stuff like this. Why can we not do that? It can be.
Well, there are some things you can do when it comes to, for instance, reviewing performance, discipline, and, you know, those sorts of things. Some personnel matters you can do. Contract approvals have to be done publicly, you know.
No, I'm just talking about how we got to this point. Could we have?
Oh, sure, sure.
Could we do that?
It could have been done differently, absolutely.
You know, because I don't want him to think for a second this has anything to do with his job.
Well, I think you've made that clear,
So,
you know. Commissioner McLean.
I guess, you know, your points are all valid, but, and I support Administrator German also. The other thing we need to look at is that he hasn't had a raise in 5 or 6 years, okay? And and he's not looking for a raise in his contract. And, again, I think he's doing an excellent job. And again, he's saving us better than $10,000 in health insurance. If he was to take that, he would be paying 20% of his health care. He doesn't take the $1,500 in lieu of. And he has been learning how to do his job, and he's excellent at it at this point. It was a real learning curve. But I guess I'm looking at it, earlier in the year, I had thought we need to adjust his wages. And we should do something with that. But in lieu of that, he's not asking for a wage increase, hasn't had one in 5 or 6 years. He's asking for this. And there's a chance that we might never have to use it. Jim might get a job offer somewhere that's fantastic, or when he retires. I don't know if this kicks in as a retirement or whatever, but I think it's warranted that we do this for him, and I think he's being really reasonable. And I think if we don't do something, we're being really cheap, because he has a lot of responsibility. He takes a lot of responsibility, and I know it's more than a lot of our people make, but he's doing things that are extremely responsible along the way. So that's my take on it. That's why I would support.
As long as we don't fire him, we're not on the hook for the 70,000, correct?
Right.
So, is it more of an incentive to keep him around?
And I will also, just to make sure I'm on the same page as Don, I think it's been about 3 years since I've had a raise, and this will make another 3, so it'll be a total of 6 years.
Okay.
It's right in that.
No, I wish I had flat. I took $2,000 pay cut this year.
Yeah.
We got to our hard cap,
Yeah.
which means the increase comes out of my pocket, all of it. So,
Well-
in our constituents, I'm sure, same route. I don't think it's good anywhere. I mean, at least, I wish I had better news as far as that goes. But, okay, I just.
Well, if I may, I'd just kind of chime in too on this. The administrator, when I discussed it, he pointed out that similar wage packages for people in his position usually do have 1 year. And what he's asking for is, you don't have to give me a raise. I'm not going to take health insurance, but just give me the 1 year severance package so I have a little more security. I think that's a fair request, you know. So that's why I was supportive of it and still am.
I did some checking on it, and it isn't an unreasonable request that others don't have in other counties. That's why I was okay with it, and also, you know, I kind of look at him as our CEO of this. If we were a public company, and if you're asking somebody to have the responsibility of that job, you need to be able to give them a little bit of room to work, and this allows him to do that. Gives him the confidence to do his job with confidence.
Any further discussion?
On the severance pay only kicks in if we decide to roast them out because something we don't like is.
If we don't like him, we'll just make his life hell and he'll quit. See?
I've seen that done.
So,
There's other
sorry.
ways to get rid of it.
Okay, is-
That would mean we'd have to get rid of Kelly,
Yeah.
because that's all it would take right there.
Okay, so do we have a motion before us then? It was,
Yes, I
it was
did.
made and supported, correct? Okay. In that case, I'd, ask that all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
If you're opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. So we look forward to, continued service from you, Mr. German.
Thank you, Commissioners.
And feel free to have another contract after 3.
And,
All right, we are then down to claims and accounts. Moved by Commissioner Egan, supported by Commissioner Johnson, to recommend the approval of August bills and payroll as follows. General claims totaling $202,888.05. Other fund claims, $392,025.12. Payroll of $465,238.87. Health Department claims of $490,365.15. And total claims of $1,550,517.19. And vouchers H1 through H282. On a voice vote, that motion carried, and I would so move.
Support.
motion made and supported that we pay the vouchers and claims. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries.
It has been moved by Commissioner McLean and supported by Commissioner Egan to adjourn the meeting. What?
Approve the minutes.
And so I move that we approve the minutes.
Support.
Motion made and supported that we approve the Finance, Claims, and Accounts Committee meeting minutes of September 10th, 2015. Is there any discussion on that motion? All in favor, vote aye.
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 Opposed, vote nay. Motion carries. Back to our agenda. Item 12 is Commissioner reports as, on meetings as board representative and general comments. Anyone?
I just wanna mention, I guess, am I recognized? I'll go ahead.
Sure, yes, yes.
Didn't mean to jump ahead of it, but I just wanna mention that, the MAC conference is coming up on the, 21st and 22nd of this month. And, I really strongly recommend that you, consider attending that, cause it's worthwhile. I know, Jim, you won't be able to be there, but, then there's the other one, is the UP, County Commissioners Conference that's coming up in November. I think it's the 5th or 6th, you would have gotten an email, and I strongly recommend that. That's over in Escanaba. You attended a similar one to that, last year, and that'll be in Escanaba, and it's a one-night trip over there, so just wanted to mention those.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on that?
Yeah, I've got two things. Iowa Behavioral Health, has entered into a contract with a new CEO. Dan McKinney is his name. If you have any other questions, please feel free.
Is he new to the area, or?
He is from Manistee. He was actually a county commissioner over there, also worked as county clerk. Very stand-up guy. His qualifications more than met the standards by the state, and everyone that we spoke to and got references from talked about what a stand-up individual he is. So hopefully it'll precipitate some change over there and get some things rolling.
Good.
He was not an employee of HBH
He is
previously.
an employee. He's an internal hire, but he is not.
Okay, we won't go any farther than that,
Yeah.
thank you.
Next, I attended a meeting on Drummond Island to talk about a possible plan created by the citizens of Drummond Island that is being approved by the Department of Natural Resources to allow them to have a little bit more say of what happens with their public lands and recreation and hunting. As soon as it goes to the department heads and the NRC decides to do something with it, they're gonna send us a letter asking us to maybe lend some support. And I would highly, highly like us to take that under advisement. It's the first time in the history of my dealings with the DNR that they have taken recommendations from actual citizens of the area that they're imposing rules on and are actually doing something about it. So I'd like to see this happen more often. This is kind of an experiment. So So it's definitely interesting. I'll keep you apprised of it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Don and I attended a congressional hearing, they called it, for Veterans Affairs, trying to get a little better health care at the local hospitals, and it was quite interesting. Dan Benishek and what the lady was, but
She's from California.
it was pretty interesting. A lot of information.
And one other thing, I got notice this afternoon that Lake State is having a meeting on Thursday at the Crow's Nest, 5:30, talking about their master plan and how it integrates with community and county and everything like that. It happens that I have a meeting at 4 o'clock that day, a meeting at 5 o'clock, and a meeting at 6:30, so I won't be able to make it. But if I would recommend that we should all be interested in what's going on at Lake State.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's an appreciation in the community of just the role that Lake State plays and how important it is to the community, our economy, and everything like that. So if you get a chance, you're available at 5, I believe it's 5:30 on the 17th, and it's at the Crow's Nest. And you would have gotten an email today relative to that. But they're going to have meetings all day long with staff, and this is a chance at the 5:30 meeting for the community to get involved with it. So I'd recommend that to anybody that's available.
And I think Wednesday is the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics, and it's coming right down Rudyard, right to the high school there.
Oh, okay.
If you're around Rudyard late afternoon or late morning Wednesday, support our law enforcement officers, say raise money for Special Olympics. It's a good cause.
Yes, indeed. Anyone else? Well, then we move to item 13.
Adjournment. I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll support.
Motion made and supported to adjourn. I declare this meeting adjourned.
Oh, you're welcome. You're deserving.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to buy pizza. I know. You got to buy pizza again. You didn't get.